What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel for another backyard simulator session. A little bit of a different start today because I had two courses planned out that I was going to play. The first one I was really looking forward to, but for whatever reason it seems like there's a log jam with GSPro servers, or whatever the case is. It's taking extremely long to download two courses, which usually takes 30 seconds or less. When I come out here, I just open it up, usually go to the range first, and then I just download the course, or sometimes I download the course before the range, and it's ready to go within under a minute. But for whatever reason, it's taken forever, so I had to do a little bit of an audible here and pull up a different course. So for today's video, we are doing Pinehills. This is the Jones course in Plymouth, Massachusetts. This is one of probably the closest course that I've played in real life that's available here on GSPro. Also, so there's 27 holes here at this complex. I've played it, I think, 2 or 3 times. I don't remember exactly which courses I played, but probably the nicest course that I've played in the New England area. Awesome course. Back in the day, it was a few years ago. Groupon, for whatever reason, had some crazy deals. So me and my buddy, we played there a couple times. We got really good deals on rounds there. You would buy them in advance and then show up to use during the week, and we would do that. But I'm gonna give it a go. For the rundown, everything is linked. I have a Amazon link down in the description. Appreciate if you check that out. I also usually pin a comment, but appreciate it if you check that out. Great way to support the channel at no additional cost. Garmin Approach R10 behind me on a DIY level stand, 5x4 hitting mat, Callaway Superfast balls, 10x7 nets, and GSPro that you're seeing as a simulator software. So honestly, kind of frazzled, kind of threw me for a loop with the whole GSPro thing. I didn't want to stand out here for literally 20 or 30 minutes waiting for one course to download. So hopefully that isn't going to be the case where that sets the tone for the rest of the day, like the computer's going to shut off or something. But hopefully that's the only real hiccup we have, and can play this round and hopefully one more after this. But played yesterday on course, so didn't have anything recorded on camera, so wasn't really planning on playing today, and kind of sore and tired from yesterday. But it is what it is. Expectations are low. Feels like I've been saying that for the past 5 or 10 rounds between here and on course. It's either been taking too much time in between and expectations are low, or playing too many rounds too frequently and expectations are low from being tired and sore. But we'll see how it goes. So without further ado, first hole, par 4, playing the furthest back tees like always. This should be normal fairways, normal conditions. Like I said, I played this in real life. It is a really nice course, but should in theory be able to shoot a little bit better than like a PGA style super long and challenging course. But we'll see how it goes here. I didn't check, because it's 27 holes. I'm wondering, I'm gonna take a look at the scorecard real quick. Alright, I think it's gonna be a full 18, and it's just starting us on the Jones, I believe. Because you would obviously, with the 27 holes, you would go Jones to whatever the other, I forget what the other two names were, but unless we just play it again. No, 4, 4, 5, 4, 5. Alright, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. If it shuts off after 9, so be it. But first hole, par 4, 370. Take a look at the flyover. Like I said, still kind of sore, not feeling 100% from yesterday, so hit a couple 60 degrees just to get the alignment right, and I hit one single pitching wedge shot, and I absolutely flushed it, 135, perfect shot. It was about as good as I could hit it. I surprised myself when I said, all right, I'm going to stop after that, and I'm just going to go play. And then I had the whole issue with the course downloading. But let's see what we got here. Pretty straightforward. Aim up this left side. I was slicing the you-know-what out of the ball yesterday on course. I had one that was 280, but I would say probably 60-70% of the drives, they were like 240 yard, like almost 100 yard slices to the right yesterday. Luckily it was a pretty big wide open course, so I was able to play it, and didn't really lose any balls off the tee because of that open fairway. But it wasn't the best, so let's see if we can straighten that out a little bit today. Well, that's pulled up the left. Hopefully it comes back a little bit. No, starting left and drawing, but 104, 145. Again, granted, I only took one. I'd hit maybe 4, 5, 60 degrees, and then I hit one relatively, I wasn't trying to hammer it by any means, but one relatively full swing with the pitching wedge and then just stopped. So these first few holes should be interesting. I'm going to have to warm up. Obviously, you can tell by that one. 104, that's not terrible, but 145 is not the best in the world for a ball speed. So hopefully that'll start creeping up here. I get a little bit of a sweat going. Second shot, 116 left, up about 3 yards. Thinking I may even need to... Ooh, I didn't check the pins. I always do the course recommend settings, but sometimes it changes it. Usually I play Friday pins. Not sure what these are, but we'll roll with it. 116, so like 119 total. I'm just going to hit a pretty full approach wedge. I do want to check, like I said, I got all flustered and out of sync. Looks like that camera is still going, which is good. Screen recording should be alright. Really hoping, like I said, it's a, pretty sure, I've heard other people say that online before on the forums, that sometimes GSPro, the servers lag and you can't download stuff or it takes forever. I'm assuming that's the case, but hopefully. I had one time, a few times ago when I was out here, where GSPro just kind of froze up and it kicked me out of the round. Really hoping that doesn't happen, but... Alright, approach wedge. Not terrible, popped it up. It should be decent though. That was actually, ooh, alright. That's gonna be a bird. We'll take that. That felt like, I thought, when I hit that, I felt like it popped it up a little bit, and it felt a little bit toey, but then I looked down, it was actually a really, really good centered strike. So that was kind of similar to that pitching wedge shot. For whatever reason, wasn't playing great yesterday on course, but those first 2 full swings I just had, kind of, I don't know if I was going as far as say striped, but they're pretty good swings. So 1 under through 1, second hole, par 5, 559. Wish I could remember. I mean, granted, I only played there, like I said, maybe 2 or 3 times. Definitely played there twice this course. Wish I could remember which courses I played, but I'm the type of person I need to probably play a course 5 or 10 times to really know, start to remember the whole layouts and everything that's around. So even if I did know the course, I don't remember any of these holes. Alright, dog leg left. One of the times I played was a 4-man scramble, and I know one of them was a very short, it was a dog leg downhill par 4, and we were driving the green. I don't know if that happens to be in this course or not, but... even worse than the last one. Hit that down here on the heel. Still experimenting with my little hip twitch at the beginning. I don't know if that's contributing a little bit to some wayward strikes. A little bit out of sync maybe, but that was just an overall pretty poor swing. Gonna need some good iron shots here. Maybe even 3 wood. But some good iron striking to save me. Luckily, that was so bad, the Garmin actually missed that, so when that happens, it just reads as a dead straight shot. It picks up the launch angle and the launch direction like that was low off the heel and left, but when that happens, it just goes dead straight on the start line. So realistically, that probably would have ended up further left if Garmin actually got all the data on that one, but just read kind of a dead straight pull up the left, so we're down here, that's the red. But leaves us with only 317. Are we blocked out? 250 there. We do have some room. It's gonna come out left, aim a couple clicks right, go 3-wood. Actually hit a pretty good 3-wood yesterday. I was out of the rough, which was super thick and it was wet, but I hit it about 240. I don't know if that's gonna happen right now, but also low helium left, get through. Alright, I'd assume, yeah, the trees took off a lot of that, and we were in the rough, so only 160. That went through the trees, but luckily it didn't just kick straight down. That was, again, kind of a pull draw, low heli strike. Gotta line things up more towards the toe, I guess. Alright, 2 pretty horrendous shots in a row. Third shot, 161 up 5, so we're looking at 166, not much with the lie, 0.3 down. It's going to roll out a fraction more, but I mean, fairways are normal and greens are normal, so they're softer than what I'm used to playing with the PGA Tour, and it's going to come out a little bit right. But we're just going to go 8 iron, try to put something on the green here, get out of it with possibly a par. Here's a par 5. We're only hitting 3, so 3 onto the green and then a +2. Maybe get lucky, sneak inside that +1. Caught it chunky. That's gonna have to go. It's probably gonna be short right. Yep. I feel that one on my right elbow a little bit. I caught that so heavy. I think made contact because I hit so far behind that. Contact was up here. I think I grabbed the mat first, kept the club face open, ended up short right, but we still have a chance here. Inner circle for par. What do we got? 15 yards. We're on upslope, it's gonna come out a little bit left. So we'll aim here. 15 yards. Some of these, I mean, they're not soft, but normal I can fly it a little bit closer, so I could probably even get away with 12, 13 yards of carry here. Versus some of the courses I played back here recently, I'm looking at a 15-yard shot, like only half of that of carry and let it roll out. Pulled it just a tad, but that was a decent strike. And first no read of the day. We had super heavy torrential thunderstorms yesterday, last night after I finished playing, but the grass is still kind of wet. My shoes were a little bit wet coming out here. I'm not sure, generally from what I've seen, like the mulch is a little bit damp too. When there is that extra moisture in the air, sometimes you see there's like someone's burning. Sometimes I do see some more no reads, but alright. Similar to the first one. Not bad. It's always worrisome. You smell something burning as I'm back here. Not the most comforting thing in the world. I am going to, while you guys look at this flyover, I'm going to go check something real quick. I'll be back here in less than a minute, but I'm going to put the mic down for a second, take a look at this flyover. Managed a par there, so we are 1 under through 2. Third hole, par 4, 438. Sorry about this hectic start to this round. Whew, okay. I don't know if I'll end up cutting that out or not. I don't think that was too long, but again, I smelled that little bit of burning. There's almost like a electrical burning smell. I don't know if there's anything out here. I don't think so, but it went away quick. Could have just been from the breeze, but I had one of those external battery packs plugged in and charging. I plugged it in before I came out. I was like, yeah, it'll be fine. But then I go figure I smell something burning, so I just went and unplugged it quick. Better be safe than sorry. All right. Heart rate's up. did a little jog there. So third hole, par 4, you guys already saw the flyover. 438 down 24, so let's see if I can actually make contact with the driver here. Some days things just do not go as planned. It was actually a really, really cool course I'm looking forward to. I was looking forward to playing out here. Had it all ready to go, took some notes down, but GSPro wasn't cooperating. So course after this is going to have to be a PGA Tour schedule so I can keep up with it, but I guess the next time I come out I'll be looking forward to it. Some extra days of the course coming up. If you guys have any guesses, let me know. It's a newer course. Now, if you take a look at the SGT website, maybe you can get an idea of what it is. Oh boy, hopefully that didn't read. Again, I'm going to reset after that. Sorry. This is a off to a crazy start. Maybe I'll get a hole-in-one or something, but I am not exactly 100% dialed in right now. Better. I drew a little bit too. 105.6, that's going to be way down there because of that downslope. Keep going down that hill. Alright, 105.5, 144.1. Would have thought. It felt like a halfway decent strike. You would think the ball speed would be up there again, but I was debating using dimples look fine. Sometimes these softer balls tend to crack. I was debating using a brand new sleeve of those, but figured I have like 10 of those in the bag I bring out here that are all been used and scuffed up throughout the simulator round, so it's tempting to just grab a brand new shiny looking ball, but should really use these until they're pretty donezo. But decent drive there, 279, that feels better. 158 left, down 7, so thinking we're on a downslope too, so definitely a 9-iron. It's going to come out a bit lower, roll out a bit more once it hits. Got my partial exercise in for today, running like I just did there. A little bit heely on that one. It's going to fade more than I want, but we'll see if we catch the green. Get a bounce left. Oh, brutal bounce. Felt like a decent strike again, too. Feels like I've been hitting irons today. Granted, there's only been a few shots so far, but striking irons halfway decent. Kind of pleasantly surprised. It's crazy how your game can go. Certain things, either some days you're putting really good, the next day you can be putting terrible. Some days your driver is getting you off the tee in really good spots. Other days, like yesterday and so far today, besides that last drive, driver's no bueno. And then go through periods where ball striking isn't great with your irons, and then out of nowhere you just don't even think about it and you hit it halfway decent. But alright, 16 yards, up about a yard, we're in the rough. It's gonna come out left around an upslope, so I need about 17, about 20 yards total. Fly it in the neighborhood of 15 to 17, I think. Chunked it and pushed it right, but another no reads. So, well, after that little sprint I just did, got a sweat going now. All right, take 2. See if I make some cleaner contact than that. Should be better. May need to go just a tad. All right, got it in there. Not bad. Carry from the Garmin was 14.9, 11 from the game, rolled out to 13.7. Not bad. Still 1 under through 3. Fourth hole, par 4, 401. This will probably be a longer one video again, especially with my little sprint intermission break there, but somewhat of a shorter course. Again, I'm playing the furthest back tees, but because it's a, you know, public, more standard type of course, the tees, I don't think, yardage-wise, aren't quite as long. So, in theory, and a little more open, should be just easier difficulty-wise. So, in theory, should be able to keep it in play a little bit more, have some more shorter irons, more accurately into greens, and I think probably be able to, all in all, play it just a little bit quicker if I get going here. Alright. Weird looks, though, off these tee shots. Like, this is the second one. I mean, that's where the ball is, but from where the camera is, we're behind these trees, so. Apologies, I wasn't planning on playing this course, so I didn't write down the course designer, but wherever you are, good job per usual. Alright. Hit more solid, up the right. 104, 150. It's not bad. A little bit of my baby fade there. 2.8 spin axis, I think it was to the right. That was hit more solid. That was almost out of the center. Alright, things are looking up. Somehow we're still 1 under, but 119, up a yard, in the fairway, downslope, so should be a recipe for a decent, pretty full approach wedge. Again, if I flush this, hit it pretty good, I get about 125 total. Possibly a little bit less with these normal greens, but we'll see. Only need 120 total, so I can account for a little bit of a not so ideal strike. That was a toey pop-up. May work out, though. Alright, that's fine. 120.9. That was hit pretty far off the toe. I remember saying that last time for all the people that may be worried about playing some more player-style clubs. Still plenty of forgiveness out of these 770s and 790s. One under through 4, 5th hole par 3. Grab my driver, 241, which I actually might need. I don't know, we'll take a look at this. So I think I may have played this course. I kind of remember this big, huge bunker in front on a par 3. I think this may have been one of the courses I played. So, I mean, I'm not going to hit driver, but I could. I'm going to go here. Probably going to go 4 hybrid. Haven't hit that in a little while, but I could probably go 3 wood, and it would be fine. I don't know. There is some room back there, but technically speaking, 4 hybrid is the right club distance-wise. I'm going to have to hit it pretty good to get 241 out of it, and now I'm second-guessing. I got to carry it most of the way there. I'm going to go 3 wood. I don't have 240 carry out of this 4 hybrid. And there's some room back there. Rather be a little bit long, possibly have a chance to be on the green versus most likely short into that bunker with that 4 hybrid. Or just chunk top it left. But again, for whatever reason, you get a free mulligan out of it. Frustrating because it kind of takes you out of the round. You got to hit the same shot again, but that was kind of fortunate because that was a pretty poor strike. We could have ended up in that ravine down there, short left. Oh, that was even further left and off the heel. And again, take 3. Talk about being tired and fatigued. If I keep taking these big hacks with this 3 wood and Garmin's not registering it, I'm gonna get pretty tired pretty quick here. So it's still blinking. It should be reading. Guess I'll try to ground the club right before it a little bit earlier. Just pulling up on it. At least that one went. pretty terrible. 102.9. It wasn't swung the slowest in the world, but that was so far off the heel. Only 131.9 ball speed out of that. There's been times where I'm hitting it decent, where I'm like 145 ball speed with that 3-wood, so not the best there, but we're in play. Somehow we got 220 out of that. 37 up 4. We're in the rough, so we're at 41. Upslope's gonna come out right, so we're gonna aim here. Let's try the 56. Chunked it. That's gotta go, and it was right. Wow, brutal. Well, here goes the scorecard. Might have to just hit that again. I'm gonna hit a 60 instead. You gotta kind of fly it up there, huh? Alright. 20 yards now. Up 7 feet, which is about a little over 2 yards, if I read that correctly. So 22. I would assume we're in the fairway short stuff. Yeah, we are. And it's fine. It's on an upslope. Should launch a little bit higher. It's gonna come out a little bit left, but that's fine. So, try this again. Hitting 3 into a par 3. Maybe I'll hole it out. 20 yards. That was better. Ooh, too much. Flew it next to it. Alright. That's a double to bring us from 1 under to 1 over. Just like that. Alright. 1 over through 5. 6th hole, par 5, 503. On the bright side, I have had this Pinehills Jones course in Plymouth, Massachusetts, downloaded for a long time on my computer, so at least I'm getting around to playing it. However, though, like I've hinted at, the course that I was trying to download and play is significantly more interesting and appealing. Never seen anything like it. Could be the coolest course I've ever seen on GSPro. But that'll have to be next time. Alright. I do remember this. Granted, I wasn't playing the furthest back tees when I played here, but this is a daunting tee shot. There's so much to get over and carry right in front of your face off this tee. Healy, it's gonna fade, fading a lot. Probably right into that bunker. 240 from the Garmin, 261. I'm assuming we were down into that, but 273 into the bunker. And we're kind of blocked out, so that wasn't exactly ideal for a tee shot there, but it is a par 5, and we may have to lay up, I don't know. So it's gonna come out pretty far left. Luckily, we're on a little bit of an upslope, and that actually may be alright. So if I aim over here, that's 224. Up 6, so we'll call it 230, and then fairway bunker 5 to 10%. So possibly 23 yards, possibly half that. So considering I just hit some pretty bad 3-woods, I'm gonna go 4 hybrid. Just try to whack it out of here, and hopefully we have like a short iron, little wedge into this green if I can get this up and out of the bunker. Healy, it's gonna fade, but it wasn't hit horrendous. Alright, 30 yards left. Actually, club slipped a little bit when I hit that in my left hand. You would think that'd be virtually impossible with 2 gloves, but Still happens with sunscreen, sweat, grips that are pretty worn. All right, 30 yards in the rough, up 2-3 yards, call it 32, and the rough is 6%, so like a yard and a half, 33 total. I think we're kind of short-sided. It's going to come out a little bit right, so I'm going to aim here. I think I'm just going to try to open up a 60. Depending on how the rough is and how much bounce I would need in real life, I would possibly go 56 out of here and open it up, but see if we can kind of drop one in there with the 60. I almost shanked that off the toe. Did not deserve to be on that green with that shot. How I can hit that bad with a wedge from that kind of delicate small shot. That was out here on the face. Terrible. Luckily, we kind of had a stroke to burn because it's a par 5, so we're still hitting 4. Technically, we get this inside the inner circle, we got a par. But 9 yards. Gonna come out a little bit left, but that should be fine. I may even aim a touch left because it's gonna bounce and the green's sloping from left to right. So 9 yards total. Just gonna look to put it towards the bottom of the net. Hit it a little bit thin, pulled it a little bit left, but it'll work. Scraped out a par. Flying over to the 7th hole, 1 over through 6, par 4, 414 yards. Looks like a pretty significant dogleg right here. Trying to think, had to have been at least 3-4 years ago, if not 5 years ago when I played this course. I remember, I think we got, there's at least one time, I believe we did 2 Groupons and then that one tournament. But the point of one of the Groupons was we got a kind of a little bit of a scouting trip, good deal scouting trip before the tournament to kind of get a feel for it. Low in the face, but it'll be down there. Been trying lately to hit it harder off the tee, but I feel like I'm kind of trying to get that extra whip motion coming through. Kind of early extending, coming up and out of it too early, and I'm coming up too much and catching it too far low on the face. Amongst probably 20 different things I'm doing wrong, but leaves us with 136, up about 2-3 yards. Where's this pin? Alright, pin's in the front. We are on a downslope. Gonna come out right. Pitching wedge would have to be a pretty good pitching wedge to get it there. GSPro suggesting a 9 iron, and I think I am gonna do that. I think I'm going to go slightly choke down 9 and play towards the middle fatter part of the green. Take that bunker out of play hopefully a little bit. Definitely could, if I hit it good, I'd get the pitch wedge there. Relatively no problem, but that's if I hit it good, which is kind of a big if. 9 iron. Toey again. May work out though. Oh yeah. Luckily, choked down enough and hit it just bad enough to get a birdie out of that. Better be lucky than good. And I guess that's probably a good example why on a shot like that, grab a little bit extra club, give yourself some more room for error. Because if I hit the pitching wedge there and I was trying to do that, granted I would have swung a little bit harder and taken the full club, but if I caught it that heavy, I probably would have ended up short in the bunker. So brings us back to even. 8th hole, par 3, 198, down 5. We're looking at 193, water right with a fountain, pins tucked back right, so we are definitely going to aim way over here, and I think I'm gonna hit 6-iron. If I hit it good, usually get about 205 total out of this. We'll see. Chunky started left. Should fade though. Wow, we're gonna be on the green. This is probably gonna be an auto 3-putt, which is unfortunate. Bogey, that sucks. I mean, that was a safe play aiming out there. It didn't come back as much as I thought, but it's tough decision when you have water back there. Like you said, if I flare one right, then it's even worse. It's a penalty stroke and we're 1 in, 2 down, chipping 3 from who knows where over there, versus that even wasn't that terrible of a strike. It was definitely heavy, so I only got 190 total out of it, but I mean, we hit the green and still ended up with a +3, which is unfortunate. But 1 over through 8, 9th hole, par 4, 427. Grab a drink quick. So far so good technology-wise, I think. Hasn't been any big stutters, mishap, anything turning off, but I do, like I said, I'm planning on playing another 18 after this, so it's got another 27 holes left where something could happen, but knock on wood. Alright, aim right there, down 7 yards. Oh, I was hit harder, but the club face was wide open. Big old spin axis to the right. 148, 106. Ooh, we got a lucky bounce to the left, so we caught a fairway. About 272.5. Not the best swing in the world, but decent result. Leaves us with 160, down about 2 yards, so 158 total. We're on a downslope, it's going to come out left. We'll aim here. I guess 9. GSPro suggesting an 8, but that's the carry. Maybe I'll listen to it. Total, I get about 165 out of my 8-iron. It's telling me to hit that because we got like 160 yards of carry. 9-iron, I would probably hit in real life just to play to the fat part of the green, but let's see what we can do here with the 8. Possible we airmail this, or just hit where it's supposed to and then rolls off the back, but again, that's if I hit it pretty good, my full 165, which probably unlikely. Chunked it. That's got to go, despite grabbing the extra club. Alright. Enough. Not great. 153. That would have been close to my regular 9-iron distance if I didn't hit so far behind that, but 1 over through 9. Onto the back 9 we go. 10th hole, par 4, 371. I think there's 27 holes. It could be the Jones course. It could be 3 18-hole courses. I gotta double check. Again, I had to double check that it was actually in Plymouth. I knew it was in Massachusetts, but it was somewhere kind of down towards like Cape Cod. I should have, if I was planning on playing this, I would have done a little more research and known for sure if it was 27 holes or 3 different 18-hole courses. Either way, it's a really big, awesome, really nice complex. Alright, dogleg left, aim here. There's like a hawk or something flying over, you can see the shadow there. Should be fine on that line. I want to say it's similar to the courses that I play down in the villages, where you go from like, there's 3 different 9 holes, and you go from like Jones to whatever the other one was. It tells you you're going from you guys get the idea. One course to the other. So you're starting on Jones, and then whatever the other course's name, you go from one to the other. A little more solid on that. Low line drive left, and it's drawing. Wasn't trying to do that, but it sounded decent off the club. 101.2, 148, maybe not, but flew it. Got 244 into the bunker, flew it 240. Leaves us with 103 up 7 out of the bunker. At least we're on an upslope, it's going to come out right. So we got 110, and then it's a dynamic lie out of these fairway bunkers, so anywhere from 5 to 10%. So, an extra 5 to 10, 12 yards, depending on the launch conditions and everything else. So I think I'm going to go take a look where the pin is first. Aim here. I'm just going to go approach wedge. And even if I don't catch all of it, should be enough to be on the green, I think. Let me know in the comments, simulator rounds, more specifically, or even on-course rounds, if you guys try to go more towards the pin and kind of pin seek with these approach shots, or if you play it a little bit smarter and play to the fat parts of the green, give yourself a look at a putt. Or maybe you do one versus the other, simulator versus real life. I know it's hole and course dependent too, depending on the shot shape you're playing and where the pin's located and whatnot, but high fly ball, Healy, it's gonna fade, we'll see. That's gonna have to go, we're probably gonna have to chip it. Oh, we just got it there. If it stays, but it's probably gonna roll off. Sit, sit, nope, we're gonna have to chip it. Oh no, it gave it to us. I still wish, I said that with Home Tee Hero. There should be an option. GSPro is so sophisticated, they should be able to incorporate an option where if you're in that automatic +3 zone, they should give you an option. There should be a pop-up option similar to when you hit it out of bounds and ask you to drop, hit a mulligan, etc. There should be an option there to either take the +3 or chip and possibly save a stroke. Because that was unfortunate. I mean, we were just off the green with a 60-degree. I like my chances from there, but it gave it to us, unfortunately. But is what it is with the simulator golf and no putting. So brings us to 2 over through 10, 11th hole, par 4, 406. All right, let's actually hit a halfway decent one. Can we do that? A little bit better still, though. Oh, that was actually pretty straight. I felt like the club face was a bit open on that. Pretty much down the middle. 104, 151. That may have been one of the best ones yet. Strike-wise. Alright. No complaints there. Right down the pipe. Goes to show. Driver's not exactly 100% there, because that one felt like that could have been losing that one to the right. Whether that was a slight misread or not, who knows. But that one felt like one thing, and it ended up being straight down the middle. So 131 left. Where's the pin? All right. So this is a better club selection here for a pitching wedge. 131. If I fly it or don't catch it great, should be pretty good. If I hit it my full 130, 135-ish, it'll be a little bit past it, but hit it thin. Ooh, that did not feel like a draw. That's probably a misread there. If anything, that should have been thin, started a little bit left and faded back. I did not have that as a draw swing, but 15 yards, got some work to do. Up about a yard out of the rough. I'll call it 17, 18 total. It's going to come out left, so we'll aim here. Something probably in that neighborhood of 14, 15 yards of carry should be decent. 60. Don't read. Well, terrible shot. Good read from the Garmin. That was terrible. Nice skull job over the green. Let's try that again. Goodness, that was horrendous. We got almost the same shot now from the other side of the green. This one's going to come out right. 18 now, up about a yard, so 19. Still need about 15 yards of carry if I can refrain from sculling it again. And I sculled it again. Back over the green. Oh man, sometimes if you can't laugh, you'll cry. Those were two of the worst wedge shots I've hit, probably in a couple weeks, back to back. One more of those, this 60-degree may end up in the woods. Jeez. Alright, so we're hitting 5 into a par 4 now after 3 sculled wedge shots, or 2 sculled wedge shots. Alright, bottom of the net. That was also thin. That's going to be too much again. Alright, that was 100% a misread. There's 0% chance that went 31 yards. That should have been too much, but... There goes the scorecard, folks. What's going on here? That was a poor shot. That was going to be on the green. Possibly backside of the inner circle, probably outside of the inner circle, but that definitely would have been inside the +2. That didn't go that far, but you could even see I looked at it out of the corner of my eye. It just looked like it flew over the green, which didn't happen. Sometimes you get some wonky reads like that when you're on the green or right near it, and it thinks for whatever reason you're hitting a putter and it just comes out way too hot. But now we are hitting 6 into a par 4, out of the bunker, 23 yards. Get me out of this hole. It's going to come out left. I'm not even going to do the math on it. I just want to get out of this bunker and not scull it. Get onto the green. Somewhere in the neighborhood of 25 or 30. Finally. That might be too much though. Sit. Alright, stay inside the inner circle for, what was that, a triple? Goodness. Alright, just like that, 5 over. 12th hole, par 5, 505. See if we can claw a couple of those back over these next few holes. Sorry you guys had to watch that. Well, good time to swing out of my shoes and take some frustration out. Kind of gets narrow up here, but we'll aim here. Bunkers on either side. Low and left. This PGA Tour course, if I don't angrily quit after this first round, the next round, unless I do a big mental reset before that should be interesting if I'm playing a PGA course and I'm hitting it like I am right now. The front 9 wasn't even that bad. We got it to 1 under at one point, and we were kind of hanging around even for a while, and now these past really just a couple holes, really down the tubes, but 248 left. If I pipe a 3-wood here, it'll feel good. Probably won't happen, but how quickly the tables can turn. Chunky low left. Should be up there though. Maybe into a bunker up there. Don't go off the cart path. Alright, bounced right in the rough. We got a chip here. Hitting 3. I'm assuming I'm going to grab my 60. I don't think we're that far off, but how that last hole went could take me about 3 shots to get up and over this, back and forth over the green. 20 yards. Ooh, we're on a significant downslope, so I got to get this way up in the air. And we're in the rough, so that's only a yard. So 21 total. I just got to really flop this. We'll leave it there. I just got to get it started really high, launch it really high, really soft, because 16% downslope. Tough to tell what that actually is, but I'm basically like this, so that's going to come out much, much lower. And luckily I have a flat stance here. In real life, you would be almost like this playing this shot, but just going to have to open up the 60, hopefully catch it clean-ish. Don't hate it. Ooh. Alright. Miracle shot worked out there. Pretty happy with that. Alright. Clawed 1 back. 4 over. Must have been a birdie there. 4 over through 12. 13th hole par 3. 207. Down 14, however. What does that put us at? 97, 93. 193. Probably 6 iron, depending on where the pin is and what's up there. Yeah, let's go 6 iron. Started left, coming back. Wasn't hit horrendous, so this should work out. Sip. Hit it too good, and it's, see how long that stayed in the air with that downslope? I'll take that though. That's a good miss. That was a decent strike. Again, I didn't have that fading that much. It started left. Felt like a bit of a pull, if anything, and that Garmin had that as a pretty significant spin axis to the right. But in any event, whether it's a good read, bad read, good swing, bad swing, got to deal with the results. So 12 yards. We're on the semi-rough. Hopefully we don't get a wonky read out of here. 12 total. It's going to come out of, I was looking at the wrong thing, so downslope. It's going to come out a fraction right. So we'll aim there, and this is going to be another one just for the, aim for the bottom of the net. Just get it on the green and rolling. Pulled it a little left, and despite grounding the club before, another no read. That was a little bit closer to what I was looking for, but I didn't put enough on it. That sucks. Bogey. Those normal greens, how I can leave that short is beyond me from 12 yards, but it actually felt pretty good off the club. That sucks. Back to 5 over. 14th hole, par 4. Down 12 yards. We could be looking at here, folks, unless, like I said, things take a significant turn for the better here. If I end up playing the second round like I'm planning on doing, could be looking down at the, staring down the barrel of possibly one of the highest ever rounds. If I keep going downhill here, this next PGA course could be pretty ugly score-wise. Don't want to speak that into existence by any means, but just kind of the way today's going. That's way right. Again, my money's worth out of bunkers for this course. What do we have left? 178 out of the bunker. Up a little more than a yard, so we'll call it 179, almost 180, and then 10%. So 10% being 18, 5% being 9. It's either a 5 or a 6 iron, I think. It's going to come out left, which should be fine, and it'll fade. Might as well go the 5, I guess, and make sure it gets out of here. Gonna be famous last words. Come on, Garmin, what's going on here? That was hit pretty hard, but it came out left. That felt kind of duck hooky, but another no read. Really, really heavy. That's got to go. Wow. So I'm curious. 179 total. All right, so that came out 100% spin, and it came out with 93% speed. So that was 7% out of there. I thought that was going to be pretty short. I'm surprised that got there. Raw carry from the Garmin was 180. 169 from the game, 179 total. Huh. I was almost positive I'd have to chip that. Could have been. Slight misread to our favorite there. That's the problem with the, I've said it tons of times, but problem with the lower end budget launch monitor. You never know if good shots are actually that good, or if bad shots are really that bad, or somewhere in between, if there's some slight misreads in there. Versus higher end units, they still do have misreads, but you're a little more sure on, I would say, instead of 90-95% higher end units, obviously you're within that 99.9% accuracy type of shot, so you know if you hit it good or hit it bad. It's pretty likely that's exactly what happened, but a little bit of wiggle room and doubt here for the Garmin. I've said it to a couple different people. These simulator rounds, although this one isn't the best by any means, I'm kind of on the struggle bus battling through it. These really are invaluable. My handicap and the way I've been playing on course, really over just even the past few months, has gone really well, much better than expected, and I have to just chalk it up to all the different swings I've taken back here on the simulator. So goes to show, if you can just get out there and you just keep swinging, you're going to be in store for some career lows, really good scores, really good performances on course if you just keep playing. Low Healy left and staying left. This could be trouble. Bounce right. 106, 150 was hit relatively hard for the amount of speed I have in the tank today, which definitely isn't much, but pretty wayward strike there. Got away with it. So 179 in the rough, up 6. We got 185 total, and then 6%, 18, so like 9. Down slope. Gonna hit a 6 iron. Thin. Get up there. Alright. Pretty bad strike. Take the par though. Good result. Bad strike, good result. Hanging at 5 over. 3 holes left. 16th hole, par 3, 173. which is between 7 and an 8. And despite ball striking being surprisingly good the first couple holes that I was talking about before things really went downhill, I think I'm going to hit the 7 because things have really gone down the tubes. Like I was saying though, how I can go from my one full pitching wedge shot on the range before, striped it, and then first couple shots here with irons, I was saying, wow, I'm kind of surprised how good I'm hitting those irons, and now barely can get it off the ground. All right. Started left, hopefully it fades back. Wow, it's fading a ton. All right, par. I don't know. I mean, 10 degrees of spin axis, the Garmin had that. Over 1,000 side spin to the right. It didn't feel like that. And because side spin is not the strong suit, that would, generally I say, it's usually about double the side spin, one way or the other from the Garmin. That means that I was in the neighborhood of 2,000 RPMs to the right and close to a spin axis of 10 degrees. I don't know, that could have been a slight misread again for whatever reason, but 17th hole, par 4, 5 over through 16, 415. Dogleg left by the looks of it. Where did my tee go? Oh, there it is. We block ourselves out with these trees. There's that one little pine tree there, but that should be a decent line if I can hit it somewhat straight, which is kind of a big ask right now. A little bit better. That should be pretty straight. Didn't get all of it, but almost 107, 149. A little more than a baby fade up the right, but 7 yards of downslope probably helped on that, but 275 on the rollout. I'll take that. Leaves us with 142. So this would be a good time for a choke down 9, which is what I'll probably hit. Don't feel the best about the choke down shot, especially a day like today. Could just hit a full pitching wedge and play to that front right section, but we'll try the 9. At this point, we're 5 over, so if I airmail it or chunk it or whatever, I guess so be it. But the choke down 140-yard 9-iron shot is the correct play if I can pull it off. Fadey. Didn't strike it horrendous. Sit. Look at that. A little birdie. A little birdie action. That worked out. Too little too late, unfortunately, but a little bit better here these past couple shots. Brings us to the 18th and final hole, which is a par 5, 566-yard finishing hole here. Take a look at the flyover. It's going to be, by the looks of it, pretty significant dogleg right, but there is a pretty fat opening there, this short left there. If I can fly it with the driver into that area. We got water on the right to contend with, but par 5, that'll likely be either a 4 hybrid or a 3 wood up there. I'll have to bail out to the left and then hopefully have a manageable wedge. But let's not get the cart too far in front of the horse here. "20 yards downslope though, that should help. We'll leave it there. That's left. Fading though. Again, that felt like a pulled duck hook left. Kind of just stayed there and faded back a little bit. Probably a better result than I deserved out of that shot, but we are in fact in play, and for the way this hole's laid out, better to be up this left side that we were, as opposed to getting blocked out on the right. Probably didn't go super far. Now we got water to contend with up there, but wow, 293. 247 on the rock carry. How was that 152? My feel and what I think is going on here as soon as I make contact is completely off. So that was the best drive of the day, and that felt pretty bad, which is not not exactly what you want to be saying after you feel like you didn't hit it very good. All right, we're going to aim way over here if we can. Looks like we're clear that way. We're going to go 3-wood, and I really hope it stays out that way. That's perplexing that went that far. I know I had 20 yards downslope, but the fact that it was 107 and 152 on the ball speed, and 247 carry, 273 in the game. Well, felt like it was left. Yep, that's what the drive felt like. This might be out of bounds. And if it's not, we're going to have some trouble getting out of here. Yep. Oh, yeah. Take two. Watch me put this one in the water now. I mean, I still got to aim out this way, so hopefully I just don't pull hook it as bad. Fitting way to finish it. Oh, get really lucky and keep going down that cart path. Or just stay there. Alright, well. Getting to see different portions of this course apparently, or this hole. So we got a cart path concrete lie. We're still 151 yards away. We got tree trouble. Well, tough to tell what we're looking at. There is a tree there, so I'm going to go this way. It looked like a little bit more of an opening. 151. I'm going to go punch, keep it low. I'm going to go punch 5-iron. See if we can pull off a miracle shot. So what are we hitting? We were 1, 2 in, 3 down, 4 here. Yeah, we're hitting 5. Yikes. Alright. Low, punch, 5-iron. Caught the trees. I almost topped that completely. I barely made contact with that. Jeez, I can't even grab the ball right now. All right, 85 yards. Back into the fairway. Up about a yard. Guess we'll try a fuller 56. What's the worst that can happen at this point? Pushed it right. We'll see on the distance. 77 from the Garmin. Do not go into the water. All right. 10 yards left. Let's try a 10-yard chip with 56. I don't even feel like grabbing the 60. Weird read again. All right. That was a 9. Jeez Louise. All right. Probably should have taken that a little more seriously. We still ended up with an 8 over 80 somehow. That felt a lot worse than that, but we were able to scrape out 4 birdies. So take a look at the scorecard. From Pinehills, this was the Jones course in Plymouth, Massachusetts. Probably the nicest course that I can think of that I've played in the New England area, personally. There's nicer courses available, but just the ones that I've played. Been looking forward to playing this one. Unfortunately, didn't have my best stuff out here, but it is what it is. Ended up with a 37 on the front, 43 on the back. 4 birdies, like I said, somehow. 5 was no bueno, 11 was no bueno, and then 18. Besides those 3 holes, it actually wasn't that bad. I mean, pars, birdies, and bogeys. But, I mean, 8 over. I was kind of out of it, kind of get frustrated and discouraged. But take a look at the stats. 8 pars, 4 birdies, 3 bogeys, 1 double, 2 double pluses. Longest drive 293, average drive 274, average ball speed 148, best ball speed 152.2, 30 putts, no sand saves, hour and 12 minutes, only 39% greens in regulation, 7 out of 18, want to be at least 50% somehow. I mean, there was some pretty wide landing spots, but somehow we hit 9 out of 14 fairways for 64%. Gives us a handicap for the score of this course of a 6.9. And my average handicap with the GSPro is still all jacked up. But there you have it. So, Pinehills, local course here. That this may actually be the closest course. I don't look up exactly the mileage, but hoping that they start putting whoever the designers are. Maybe some New England designers will pop up and actually be able to put some courses that I'm familiar with around here. Would be cool. Seems like uneven par country up there in Canada has a ton of courses, and I assume it's just mainly, obviously, the course designers, they take commissions and they do it on a commission basis, so they're just doing whatever people are recommending, and then besides that, they're probably just picking and choosing very well-known picturesque courses to do their designing. But hopefully, I'm hopeful throughout the next maybe couple months, maybe even a year. I'm pretty locked into GSPro at this point, so hopefully in the near future there's some more local courses that pop up here to be able to play. But well, there you have it. So I'm gonna reset things here, try to maybe grab a drink. Maybe I should go do another run and reset myself here. But sorry about the performance. Some decent holes in there, some pretty bad holes in there, decent swings, bad swings, kind of been all over the place around. But check out the Amazon link in the description, and if I pin a comment, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next course.